an event again and add that win to your new license. Celebrate upgrading your license with a new car.
This shit cannot be skipped. It is unbelievable. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the A to Z challenge. I am trying to make a video on the next game, which I'm somewhat breaking the rules of because I have played Burnout Paradise in the past. It was just not the out-of-the-box collection, so I figured, hey, let's do some high-stakes racing. Let's get a blast from the past and have some fun. Admittedly, as you can see, I've played about 22 minutes. About half of that is just idly sitting, waiting for this dumbass to stop talking. Holy shit. He just does not shut up. It's like these guys that made the game think that we've never played a game before. So, anyway, before I get more pissed off, and I'm probably gonna be, here's the options. That is pretty much it. The aspect ratio does go to full ultra wide when I'm in game, but not in the menus, obviously. The quality is dog asshole. It's not great at all. And the effects, I don't know why anyone would have motion blur on, but you have the option of taking it off. I haven't seen any depth of field yet, but hopefully there isn't any. Not great. This is a remaster of the previous game, and as I can remember, it's pretty much all the same. What I'm going to do, though, is turn down the music volume down to 1, which doesn't really seem to make any difference because it's still hella loud, and I don't want to get another video copyright claimed, so hopefully it's going to be fine. Now, this game is extremely annoying in the fact that in the beginning you have to watch a really long video explaining what is what on the map, and like the rules, and you have to drive, and this and that, and it's like, can you please just shut up and let me get in the game? I don't want to hear this. But, you know, unfortunately, none of that can be skipped. Every time you do something that you haven't done before, there's going to be a guy just telling you, hey, what you did is called that. And just keep talking all the time. But anyway, the reason why I decided to break the rules is I remember having fun with the game.
When your car is falling
there we go.
Get to an auto repair for an instant repair.
He's said that thing a million times. I really don't want to hear it again. But every time you go through a repair shop, that's going to be said. You have no no option on skipping all that nonsense. But I decided to break the rules kind of and play this game again because I remember having a lot of fun with it when I was playing it.
When you feel like a fast color change, drive through a paint
go.
shop. Finding a drive-through for the first time adds it to your map.
Every time. And you can't turn it off. Here we go. Same thing.
Race south to the Wildcats baseball stadium.
Yes, I know how races work, game. Shut up. So, Burnout Paradise, the Ultimate Box Collection is what this game is called. And they pretty much include all of the DLC that was in the game. I don't even remember any DLC. I never really bother with DLC in games unless I really, really like them. And I did not really, really like this game, of course. So, it's a game where you just take down cars and try not to take yourself down because the handling mechanics are not the best. It's pretty easy so far. I mean, I'm still in my first car. I haven't done anything crazy. This is an A to Z challenge, after all. I'm supposed to not have played the game before. You know, technically I have, but yeah, there's also bikes in this game for those who want to do bike races. And I found a car, which is awesome. Let's see if we can do another race. I don't even know how to get in my garage and change the car. So every intersection is an event.
Ready to race?
You press.
You are here.
Really?
Race west to the wind farm.
Wow, that's a long ass race. You press the brake and the gas in order to start the races to initiate them. So you kind of do a burnout. There's no arrows in this game, and I forgot that. So the way you navigate in this game, you try to make your own route happen if you can, but you want to listen to the signs on the top. See, it says First Street. If you are supposed to make a turn, it's gonna flash left or right the street that you're supposed to take. And you know, trying to pay attention to that is kind of difficult, because obviously you're gonna try to be a little bit more focused on the race and try not to get taken down. I'm surprised I even made that turn. Try not to get taken down, try to pretty much be fast and everything. Kind of like Michael Scott in The Office. He was very fast on that 5K run, but the boost seems to be endless as far as I'm concerned. For the majority of this race I've been boosting, and it hasn't ran out, and it finally ran out, which, hallelujah, but see, it picks back up again. And then do a couple of near misses, and boom, it's gonna replenish itself again. So there does seem to be a good deal of rubber banding, unfortunately, and that's not what I'm about in games. I fucked up, I missed. I'm going the wrong way, I think. No, probably going the wrong way. The right way. Okay, cool. So, what is the purpose of the series? It is to attempt and discover hidden gems. Now, admittedly, this was not a hidden gem for me. I knew the game. This is not by any means the first time I play the game, but it is the first time I played the Ultimate Box Collection. I don't even know how I ended up in my Steam library. I'm pretty sure I won it on Steam Gifts or something, so... By the way, Steam Gifts, if you haven't checked out that website, is pretty cool. You may win some free games. So, long story short, it's in my library. It was the next game, and I figured, you know, race a couple of races. I'm afraid the game is going to be uninstalled right after I'm done with this video. It's just not something I want to sink any hours into. The next game is going on the letter C, and from what I believe, it was Company of Heroes. Actually, no, it was Call of Juarez Gunslinger. And I'm surprised that I've never played Gunslinger before. I have played Call of Juarez Cartel, and apparently that game was so freaking bad. It was the fourth one in the series, or the third one in the series, because Call of Juarez Gunslinger is the fourth one technically. It's the third one in the series, but the fourth game overall. Now, Call of Juarez Cartel kind of deviated from the plan and what the series was all about. So, the game apparently bombed so hard that Ubisoft just outright stopped selling it. It was an unfortunate mishap on their behalf. But Gunslinger, I've never played before, and I'm actually really looking forward to play that game to see what it's about. But this is Paradise City. It is full of cutscenes that you cannot skip, full of unnecessary information provided to you the whole time, and the graphics are just severely outdated. This is definitely not one of those games that I'm going to keep playing. If I have Dirt Rally 2. As a matter of fact, it is going to be part of this series once I get to D. My plan is, after I'm done making a video on the game, to...
See another driver, take him down to win his car.
Okay, I'll take your ass down. I am planning on keeping... I'm hoping I like Dirt Rally 2. Here we go.
When
Boom.
you take down another driver, his wreck is taken to the junkyard. Find a junkyard to pick it up.
That wasn't part of the initial deal, you motherfucker. How do we find a damn junkyard? I don't even know what they look like. Dirt Rally 2. I've heard it is not as good as the first one. Not per se worse, but it has aspects that they've actually gone down, like the graphics had been turned down a little bit, and reflections and all this stuff. So I'm definitely curious to see how they've managed to fuck that game up, because let's face it, it was one of the better games. It's, I don't know if you can say arguably, but it is let's say, for the sake of the argument, arguably the best racing game that you have out there. Dirt Rally. Then we can make another race happen. Man, my car's beat up. Race.
Ready to race?
From here to there.
Race southeast to the Naval Yard.
Holy shit, that's a long route. Probably should have repaired my car beforehand, but this isn't that difficult of a game. Now, I did have someone provide me a key for a very indie slash mobile port game that is on Steam now. It looks kind of weird. I am gonna play the game. I don't know if I'm gonna make a video on it, depending on how big and good it is. So, developer, if you are listening and you haven't seen a video on your game yet, I apologize, but maybe I didn't have the time and the resources to make a video happen, but I appreciate the license for sure. So, you definitely get a good thrill once you speed up. There is no tachometer from what I can see, unfortunately. I do like to see my RPMs and my speed and how fast I'm actually going, but I'm sure speed is completely irrelevant. Oh shit. Well, that's not a good placement for a sign. The game is locked at 60 FPS as well, which is somewhat of an annoyance because I do have a 120 Hz monitor, so I would have loved to see this game go higher. I don't know if you can change it on the settings any. If you're gonna use a turn signal, actually turn, bitch. Stop cruising on the left lane. So I don't know if you can change it on the config files of the game. Go a little bit higher in the resolution, but if you can, that'd be awesome. If not, then that's not awesome by process of elimination. Also, the map does not rotate with your car, which I found very annoying and hard to deal with. There's a shop there. I need to go back to it. Yeah, that's the game. That is part of the A to Z challenge.
The Hunter Vegas is now cruising around Paradise City. If you see it, shut it down to add it to your car collection.
How can I shut you down? Yeah, the handling physics are just outrageous, but I do think they're a little bit more enjoyable than the latest games that Need for Speed has been pumping out. My god, how awful are the Need for Speed handling mechanics lately. I feel like after Need for Speed Undercover, that was my last, and a lot of people love to hate on that game, and I don't understand why. It was a decent game. So I'm gonna do another one because I wanna kind of talk about Need for Speed Undercover. I remember having a lot of fun with that. It was the closest thing we had to an Underground or a Most Wanted, I guess, kind of like a hybrid, because it was oh, I need to not get taken down. So Need for Speed Undercover was extremely enjoyable on my part. You could customize the cars, there was decent handling mechanics. It was that kind of Need for Speed Carbon mechanics that we were all used to and loved. It was, of course, after Need for Speed Heat, or yeah, Rivals. It was Need for Speed Rivals that came before Undercover. And that game was a big shame of a game that should not ever have existed. Going by age, Underground, Most Wanted, Carbon, and Need for Speed Undercover were the last games, in my opinion, that had a respectable handling design that did not suck donkey dick. And the fact that people hated on Need for Speed Undercover really blew my mind, because it was pretty much one of the better ones that had come in the time being. So Unfortunately, I don't own Need for Speed Undercover anymore, so I'm not going to be able to make a video on it. Ooh. Fuck off me. This is not challenging at all. Whoa. Whoa. Sir? Calm down. I wish I had Need for Speed Undercover so I can make a video on it, part of the series, but yeah, I had a physical copy and it just doesn't exist anymore. So there you go, guys. This was Burnout Paradise, the Ultimate Box. Thanks for checking out the video. Later.